Lucasfilm is working on a Cassian Andor series set to debut on Disney Plus next year in the year 2021. And now we have more information on what's going on behind the scenes for the series, and even some casting news. Genevieve O'Reilly and Denise Gough have joined the Cassian Andor series. Genevieve O'Reilly is going to play her last role as Mon Mothma, the young Mon Mothma at least. Denise Gough and two others are new cast members whose characters are unknown at the moment, but the other two actors joining the cast are Kyle Soller and Stellan Skarsgård. I believe is how you say it. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I know he's a Swedish actor, but he's actually a very good actor. It's one of those actors who is well known enough that I probably wouldn't have casted him, but is such a good actor that I truly do want to see what he can do in the Star Wars universe. The biggest news, in my opinion, is that Tony Gilroy, who, if you remember, he saved Rogue One. He came in, fixed the story, fixed the editing at the end. I think he's the reason the third act of the Rogue One film is really good, and the rest of the film's okay, but you don't really care too much about the characters. I think they brought in Tony Gilroy for that aspect of the movie. But anyways, Tony Gilroy is now the showrunner for the Cassian Andor series. So not only did he save the Rogue One film, they brought him into this series to kind of save it as well, because we'll talk about it in a minute. There was a time where they're actually going to cancel the Cassian Andor series. He's also writing the scripts for the show, as well as directing the first episode and maybe the second episode. So Tony Gilroy is serving the role of Jon Favreau, like he does with The Mandalorian, where you have a guy who creates the ideas for the shows, the arc of the show, the story, and all that stuff, and he happens to be directing some of the episodes as well. So I think it's very good news to have Tony Gilroy into the showrunner chair for the Cassian Andor series. The plan is to do what they did with The Mandalorian, which is to have multiple directors work on the show and probably direct their own episodes of the series, and I do like that. But Tony Gilroy is not the only writer on the series for the Cassian Andor show. There are three other writers. The additional writers on the series include Dan Gilroy, who worked on Nightcrawler. Beau Willimon is also another writer who is working on the series, and he is known for his work on the House of Cards. And the last writer is Stephen Schiff, and he actually was the original showrunner for the Cassian Andor series. And I think that's pretty interesting, is he was a Cassian Andor series showrunner back in 2018 when it was announced, but it seems like he stepped down to remain as a series writer instead, which I'm fine with. I actually would rather see what Tony Gilroy can do with his own accord on the show, but I'd also like to know what Steven's plans for the Cassian Andor series was and how they differ to Tony Gilroy's visions and what we're going to get eventually when the show comes out next year in 2021, because it's clear that Lucasfilm didn't like Steven's work and what the ideas for the show was, but then again, if they're keeping him on as a show writer, it likely means that, oh, here's some episode ideas that you had that we liked and we want those episodes, but the arc of the show and the series, we probably want to go with someone else's vision. And so they brought in Tony Gilroy again, and I wonder how he's going to do things, because instead of doing what he did with Rogue One, coming in and saving it after it had already been made and kind of working on the director's idea, someone like Gareth Edwards, now he's coming in far before they really get the show going to kind of plan out everything properly. I'm assuming the scripts for everything are ready. They began production back in March. I think they had a month's worth of production done before they shut down. We don't know when production will resume this year. Hopefully soon, so they can get it out next year like they said they will. 2021 is the release date year for the Cassian Andor show. What I do find interesting is that the series takes place 5 years before the events of Rogue One. That means we have some time to deal with Cassian Andor, probably in a worse stage in his life, maybe a better stage. We have a lot of possibilities with that 5 years ahead of Rogue One. There's a lot of stories that have been explored during this time period, and clearly we're going to get a lot more. So tell me your thoughts below. What do you guys think about Tony Gilroy stepping up as showrunner? He's also writing and directing. What do you think about the casting news? These new actors and actresses, what do you think about them? Mon Mothma is coming back into the series as well. I'd just like to hear your thoughts on everything, all the news that we got today for the Cassian Andor series. Are you excited for it? Are you not? Love to hear your thoughts below. I'm Star Wars Only. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.